Welcome back, friends, to this brand new Techhandy course on VMware vSphere 7. If you're interested in VMware virtualization, you're in the right place. In this video, we'll join our vCenter server appliance or VCSA to our Active Directory domain. Before doing that, we'll confirm DNS configuration under the vCenter Server Management Console. Once the domain join is complete, we'll change the identity provider to use our Active Directory domain through integrated Windows authentication. We'll also discuss other identity source options such as Active Directory over LDAP, OpenLDAP, and the local operating system identity source on the SSO single sign-on server. After that, I'll show you how to assign administrator permissions to an Active Directory user, and finally, we'll log into vCenter using that AD administrator account. Let's dive into domain integration. To join vCenter to our Active Directory domain, open the vSphere client web console and log in using your administrator at vSphere.local account. Go to Administration and then click on Configuration under Single Sign-On option. Then click on Active Directory domain and then hit Join AD button. Enter your domain name, for example, techhandy.com, and provide valid domain credentials that have permissions to join computers to the domain. You can assign specific organizational unit as well, if you want to move this device into specific OU. Once you click Join, vCenter will prompt that a restart is required to complete the domain join. Before restarting, double-check that your DNS is resolving correctly to avoid any connectivity issues. Open a new web browser and connect to your vCenter server management interface using port 5480. For example, https://vcenter.techhandy.com 5480. Log in using the root account you set during the installation. Under the networking section, review your DNS settings and confirm that your domain controller's IP address is listed as the primary DNS server. Also, check the hostname and FQDN to ensure they match your DNS record, in our case, vcenter.techhandy.com. Once verified, and if everything looks good, restart the vCenter server appliance from the management console. We can verify under host where vCenter VM is running. In our case, it's on node 01. It will take 10 to 15 minutes to vSphere to be back online. Once vSphere is back online, you can confirm vCenter machine entry under Active Directory domain users and computers. Next, we'll configure the identity provider to use our Active Directory domain for authentication. Log in back using your vSphere.local admin account. Still under the Single Sign-On configuration section, click on the Identity Sources tab. By default, vCenter uses the internal vSphere.local domain as the identity source. Click Add and choose the option Active Directory, Integrated Windows Authentication. This allows vCenter to use the domain it's already joined to for seamless authentication. You'll see that there are other identity source options available as well. Active Directory over LDAP, useful when the vCenter server is not domain joined but still needs to connect to AD through LDAP protocols. OpenLDAP, for environments using open-source directory services. Local operating system, which uses accounts that exist on the vCenter server itself. For our setup, we'll stick with integrated Windows authentication, since it's the most common and straightforward option for AD-integrated vSphere environments. Click Add, and your domain should now appear as an active identity source. Now that our domain is connected, let's grant access to an Active Directory user account. Click on Users and Groups and switch the domain to your Active Directory domain, for example, techhandy.com, then search for your AD username and confirm it's available. In my case, I will go with Domain Administrator account. Next, click on Groups and look for groups and add member to group based on roles and permissions you want to assign to your user. In my case, I want to grant Domain Administrator account full admin permissions and adding the user in Administrator group. Click on Add Members button and search for Administrator user under your domain. You've now successfully added your AD user as an administrator in vCenter. Now, let's test it out. Log out from vCenter. On the login page, enter your AD credentials, for example, administrator at techhandy.com, and log in. You should now have full access to vCenter using your Active Directory account, confirming that the integration was successful. So in this video, we joined vCenter server to our Active Directory domain, verified DNS settings, configured the identity provider using integrated Windows authentication, explored other identity source options, and finally, logged in using an AD administrator account. In the next video, we'll move on to another important vCenter topic: how to perform backups and restores, and what upgrade options are available for maintaining your vCenter environment. If you found this tutorial helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Techhandy, and drop your feedback or questions in the comments below. Your support really helps grow this channel and brings more detailed VMware tutorials your way.